Hey friends, if you're getting ready to go on a Disney cruise, this video is for you. Today we're going to be sharing with you guys 10 things we wish we knew about the Disney cruise staterooms.
So from space-saving tips to must-haves, we have learned a lot through the years, and so we want to pass that information on to you.
So we've gone on 8 Disney cruises. We actually have our 9th booked. So exciting. And we've done cruises with all 3 of our kids. We've also done them with just 1. We've done them with, there was like 3 adults in
3
one.
adults, 2 kids.
And then we just recently just did us. So we've gotten to see with different
We've really
ships,
used and abused these staterooms.
the rooms and how to utilize them well.
So if you're new with us, consider subscribing. We try to put out a Disney-related video every Saturday. We also have lifestyle vlogs as well, and we also have a lot of Disney cruise vlogs. We'll actually link our last 2 vlogs below. We have one on the Treasure. Also, we did one on the Wonder with just the 2 of us. Just the 2 of us. And also, as we talk about the must-have items for your room, we'll actually link those below. Those are actually affiliate links. So that is a great way to support our channel. But without further ado, let's get started. So number 1, we have done a lot of stateroom tours, and we can find those on our channel. But we talk about how big it is. And it is big. It really is. It's cozy. But
it's interesting. I'm already interrupting.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
We chat. This is what it is.
I was just watching some people that they do a lot of different cruises, and they were just touring a Disney cruise stateroom, and they were shocked. They're like, these rooms are so big compared to most cruises.
Right.
Now we've compared to them. So we've done one other cruise line. We did Princess before. We don't have a lot ourselves, but from what I've heard too, they're pretty good sized staterooms. But with that, they're also cruise staterooms.
Yes, and when you first walk in there for a stateroom tour, everything looks big and nice. But when you start putting your kids in there, your luggage in there, your strollers in there, all the other things you have in there, it gets pretty cozy pretty fast. Yeah, if you know, you know. But once your family unpacks, sometimes it can feel kind of chaotic or cluttered, and we have learned how to organize it to make it feel more spacious. So again, that's the first thing that we wish we kind of knew, but honestly, I think one point that's kind of in this section is just don't overpack. Because I feel like we always tend to overpack on a Disney cruise. You're talking about my enormous Mickey Mouse slippers. But if for some reason, we just feel like we need everything. And we were just discussing, especially on the newer cruises, like the Disney Treasure and the Wish and the Destiny, their laundromats are fantastic.
Yes.
And so we're just talking about, you know what, we don't necessarily have to pack everything.
Right, and that's something I do regret doing, honestly, in our past cruise when we did the Treasure with our 3 kids in our room. I was seeing just how much clothes. I mean, that's a thing that takes up a lot of the space is your clothes. And we didn't use all of them for my kids, also for myself. And like Justin said, the laundromat is really accessible. They have a lot, so they're usually always open if I needed to do some laundry. So that's one thing. When we come back, we kind of do like after action reviews with our cruises, because we usually go on them once a year. We're like, okay, what would we do differently? That's one thing. I wish I would have not packed so much. And I still tell myself this when the next one comes, because you always think you need more, but it is so nice to know you can do laundry on there. So
I honestly, and the reason why I say the newer cruises, because honestly, the older cruises, I feel like it's still kind of a pain to do laundry in those cruises. I'm just saying. The newer ones, I'm like,
they're nice.
It alerts
it's fun
you.
To go in
it
there.
also alerts you when your washer is finished or your dryer is finished. And so it's nice. You don't have to kind of wait around, and it's just you could be doing your thing, and all of a sudden oh, I need to switch to load, and you just go right back in and switch it, and it really isn't a big deal. So our next cruise, which we'll actually talk about on our channel here soon, of what we're going to be doing, the itinerary, all that kind of stuff, that is definitely something we need to remind ourselves. It's just not overpack. We can do laundry, and some of you guys are going to be like, I don't want to do laundry on a cruise.
Right.
That's fine, but I'm going to let you know the staterooms are pretty cozy when you have a lot of clothes in there, so kind of think through that as well.
And I actually was one of those people that I don't like to do laundry, and it's probably on our channel somewhere where I've said I don't like to do it.
Multiple times, actually.
But because of the newer ships with
Lacey's
their
changing.
laundromats, I'm just ever changing and developing, you guys. I don't mind doing it.
Yeah.
The last time we did it, I was like, okay, I've become a laundry person
so I guess
now
what we're
on
saying,
my vacations.
What we're saying is the older ships overpack, the newer ships, don't overpack.
The second thing is bringing packing cubes. If you are packing for vacation, we love using packing cubes, but for a cruise, they're really nice and essential because there isn't usually a lot of, like we've been talking about, a lot of space, a lot of storage space, and sometimes with the shelving, it's just hard to keep everything organized. With packing cubes, you can just unzip it, put them on shelves if you don't have enough drawer space, and then everything stays in its sections. Because usually when I pack, I'll do like all of my shorts in one cube, or all of Junie's socks are in one, just to kind of keep it organized, and then just pull those out. So that helps, especially if you have a lot of people in your family. You don't want to get people's clothes mixed up. If you've got like even color coded kind for each kid or whatever you want to do, packing cubes are really, really great for staterooms.
And also, if you want to go to like the parks afterwards, or something like that, and you're still, maybe vacation still continues.
We just always wanted to go to the parks afterwards.
After the treasure.
That's one thing after the treasure. We're like, ugh.
We didn't go to the parks.
We're so close.
It's hard. Like, we still have the itch to go back.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's nice having packing cubes because, again, everything's still organized. Packing it back in your suitcase for part 2 of your vacation. Because after vacation, I don't know about you, but for me, I just throw it all in my suitcase. It needs to go to the laundry anyway. But this way, it keeps organized the entire vacation, like Lacey was saying. And what we do is we take our packing cubes out, and we'll even put the whole cube into like the shelf or the drawer or whatever, and keep like all my shirts or socks or whatever in those cubes, and then zip it up when I'm done and throw it in.
It worked
and that
well.
way we know when things are dirty and when things aren't.
Right. And it did work well when we did the parks after we went on the Wish, because that was a shorter cruise. And I remember keeping like my stuff I was going to wear in the parks already in their cube, so it just kind of kept it separate.
Yeah.
So
actually, fun fact, we're actually discussing this weekend about where we're going to stay in Walt Disney World on our next cruise.
It was a fun discussion.
Very fun discussion.
I'm not wearing Disney Cruise today, you guys. Don't get mad, but I do have my Disney Cruise cup.
With a lot of lipstick on the straw.
But I'm drinking iced tea.
Pounds of lipstick.
It's that time. Where are my iced tea lovers out there? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I've been so into iced tea lately.
So into iced tea. Like all this is like one day you woke up, you're like, I need iced tea.
Well, I'm like,
and
it's like
24/7.
season. I only like it in the like early, like later spring, summer.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Number 3 is you have room to put things under the bed.
Yes.
And this is awesome. So
Genius
if this is your first time going on a cruise, know that you can put most suitcases under the bed, as well as like a stroller or my slippers, like a lot of things under there.
Yeah.
And by the way, yes, we do bring a stroller for our baby and toddler. We find it a lot easier to maneuver around the ship. It's a really small one. It's made by Zoe. We'll link it below. I think you get like $10 or $15 off or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it's
with
15.
our link. But it's a game changer. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But
honestly, if we kept it up sometimes and I would just push it in our room, we had a deluxe family room, and so there was a little bit more space to do that. But then times we wanted to fold it up, it goes down so easily.
So it's just
and
fast.
Right under
It
the
goes
bed.
right
It's
under.
really fast and pops up. So that was a great
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's not every stroller can fit under the bed, but
Right.
this one does. But anyway, it's just nice. And so what happens is actually for us, we'll talk a little bit more about organization later, but for like our dirty clothes, we'll actually keep a suitcase open under the bed, and we'll just bring it up and put the dirty clothes and push it back in. So we kind of use it under the bed as like a hamper as well.
Yeah.
So that cleans everything up, and you can have your floor space. That way you don't have suitcases and strollers, and you're trying to maneuver around and all that in the stateroom.
And let me tell you guys, we had a lot of suitcases. When we went on the Treasure, we had all 3 of the kids. They all had their own suitcase. You and I had our own suitcase and a carry-on.
Yeah.
Do the math with me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 bags.
I don't know why.
And they were all under.
I actually think we got a comment, and someone's just like, aren't you only going for a week?
Okay, we just talked about this. We overpacked,
Well,
okay?
But to be fair, we actually brought our carry-ons for souvenirs. Because we knew we were going to buy a lot of things.
Right.
So,
and also, we have one in
us a break.
diapers. So diapers take up a lot of space. So guys,
we'll make excuses. We'll justify.
You get it. But anyways, with that, we had 7 suitcases, and they were all under the bed.
Yeah,
all of them.
They were.
And so it fits a lot.
Yeah.
So that is cool to know, because I kept putting them under there, and I'm like, it was almost like they were just like
Mary
Mary Poppins.
back.
Yeah.
How
like,
do we both go there?
Where are they going? They just keep disappearing. Okay, so number 4 is bringing like some kind of organizer. They always say like over the door, but Disney actually doesn't like the kind that go over the door. There's like, it's messing up things.
You can
take
use
the paint
magnetics
off.
or some magnetic hooks.
Magnetic
or whatever.
hooks. Also, there's this really cool like dual-sided shoe hanging organizer I found that just hangs in the closet. I didn't have it. This was another one of my regrets that I wish I would have known.
We brought it for our adult cruise on the Wonder.
It was just us though.
We didn't really use it.
I wanted to see how it would work.
We literally brought
for
it
science. I brought
for
it,
science.
And I was like, "Oh,
do we
this will be
even
great."
like film it?
I don't think we did.
If we filmed it, we'll put B-roll over, but I don't know if we did.
We'll see. But it hangs in there great, and I usually we usually have more space in the hanging section of the closet. And most of the drawers and like little cabinets or like shelves are all used up. Mm-hmm. So that's why I like this one, because it just hangs right in there, and then it just like rotates, which is awesome. And then you can put, for me, it would have been nice for all those little things I was kind of getting scattered for the kids, like, I don't know, swim things or wipes or socks, just to have it all in a place to live. Yeah, I was thinking out their clothes even. I would have organized hers like a little bit better.
One side, it's cool that it's dual, because one side you can put like accessories, the other side you can put clothes.
Whatever. So those would be fantastic to have. And like Justin said, you can also get kind to hang, but just put them on the magnets to hang.
The magnetic hooks.
Yeah. Which we'll talk about those later as well. I think actually next.
Oh yeah, use magnetic hooks on the wall. Like, honestly, we talk about this all the time, and if you've been following us along, you probably know we're going to talk about it. But they're just great. Now on the older ships, like we just went on the Wonder. It doesn't stick very well.
No,
like there was
the
only place it stuck was on the door.
The door.
And so I hung my hats on the door.
The sides.
But on the treasure and on the door frames, kind of, not really. Mm-hmm. But like on the actual walls, they wouldn't stick. Mm-mm. So it's really only for I'm pretty sure on the Fantasy. I don't remember actually. Yeah. It's been a long time. So we do know for the newer ships they were great. And all over the walls. And so we'll take these hooks and I'll put all my hats on there. We'll put our lanyards on there. We'll put hoodies on there. I mean, honestly, just like if we're running out of space in the shelves and stuff, we just bring a bunch of hooks and we can pretty much hang everything else we need.
Mm-hmm. You can even use them outside of your door to hang things, banners,
we hung, it was our son Tucker's birthday. And so we hung like a happy birthday banner right outside our door as well with them. Mm-hmm. And so they're just nice because they help open up the space and keep things off the floor, keep things off the shelves, like hats and all, things like that. They're just, they are nice, and they're really easy to pack. They're really just, they're super small.
Yeah,
and
they don't take up much space at all.
But like we said with the Wonder, it only worked on the door. And so obviously not all the ships work, but we do know the newer ships do. We just cannot remember the older ships. So let us know if you've been on the older ships and if they work, because we're just kind of curious at this point.
So next is assigning drawer or closet space with the people in your room. We found this really helpful for, like we shared before, we've done many different parties and people in our stateroom, and it just helped when we unpacked. Well, first of all, what we like to do actually is on embarkation day, we just set everything up for our time on the cruise. Like we just take that time, unpack everything.
Once we get our luggage.
Everything. Once we get our luggage, and then just make it ready to go home for the amount of time we're there.
We just block out 30, 45 minutes before we do anything on the cruise. And you're excited to be on the cruise. You're excited to go explore. But we have found that just taking that moment and just focusing in on unpacking is awesome. Yeah. Because then you just feel disorganized the entire cruise.
Because we have done cruise before where we unpacked, like, oh, let's just get what we need. And then it's like, let's go do stuff. And then we come back and it's like, oh, we'll do a little bit here and there. And it was just so just do it all at once the first day. But with that, I'm usually the one that just starts like taking over areas. And Justin's like, so are these my drawers?
So I got the one.
So I have 2 drawers.
Small drawer.
No, but you know how it is. So saying like, hey, this is going to be my drawers. This will be yours. So you know where your stuff's at. I'll say, oh, this is going to be the boys. This is going to be Junie's area. And just like at home, everybody's got their closet space. We assign everybody a closet space in the stateroom. And it just helps because then later when we're tag teaming, getting the kids ready or doing things, we kind of know for the most part where their stuff is at. So but I feel like it always happens. You're like, which drawer is swimsuits? Because that's usually the one we're always going to for the kids, but it works really well.
And an awesome thing about the Disney cruise is they have a split bathroom, so take advantage of how you organize those spaces. So we both have toiletry bags that actually hang. So I hang mine in one of the spaces, she hangs hers in the other space, which has all the things that we need. And so it's just nice because we have room and we have our own space. But there's also a lot of like shelves and spots to put things in those bathrooms.
Right.
Another thing that I wish we knew when we first started cruising was that in the bathroom in like the shower, there's a little like string you can pull to go from one side to the other. They can hang all your swimsuits on. And that's just really nice because when you have kids especially, they're always wanting to be in the pool and their swimsuits are always soaked. And so being able to hang dry those was pretty awesome as well.
Yeah, I think it was actually at the end of one of our cruises. I'm not sure which one. And we're like, what is this? What is this? We're like, oh, this would have been nice to have for this time.
And the cool thing about the split bathrooms is one has like the toilet, the other has like the shower, but they both have a vanity and sink. So you can, I can be like brushing my teeth, getting ready, fixing my hair or whatever, and she could be doing the same thing in the other bathroom, which is... It's really nice.
It is super nice to have that. All right, we talked about laundry already a little bit before, and Justin shared how under the bed, we'll keep our big suitcase under there for our laundry, put it in there, and just put it under the bed. But when we have a family of 5 with the kids, we bring a pop-up hamper. And actually, when it was just us, we brought one as well. They take up no space at all, and they can fold up really easily in your suitcase. And we'll just pop it in the closet, and it's so nice because you can just, throw the clothes in there so you're not getting dirty clothes all over your stateroom. That's another thing that I feel like can just take over your room and make it feel very cluttered and very dirty very fast. And with that, I also want to say you do have a room host that comes in, and they clean your room, and then they also do it in the evenings. And so you kind of want to keep it picked up so they're able to do their job and not having stuff everywhere. So I think clothes is the biggest thing. So having somewhere to put dirty clothes is huge. And then also they're, these kind of like the pop-up kind of can have handles. So if you want to just take that with you to the laundromat, it's really nice for that too.
Yeah, the more you like pick up, like if you're draping clothes over the couch or whatever, the more you pick that up, the more clean your room is going to be after the host is done.
Yeah.
Because they just have, they have more surface area to do their magic kind of thing. But yeah, just take that extra time to put I'm talking to myself, extra time to put that the hoodie away or whatever away. But yeah, it is so nice having one of those hampers. And we've done that for, almost all of our cruises. And
the room hosts, let's just give them a shout out. They are amazing. I know there's been times I've the kids changed real quick and I didn't get it picked up, and they'll fold the clothes all nice and set it on the couch or something.
They'll even fold your
so
socks. Nice. Sometimes if there's 2 socks laying there, they'll fold them up. You're like,
so sweet.
It's crazy. And something that we've been doing as of late is making drop zones. And so we have a couple different kind of drop zones. We have a drop zone for our medications, our pain reliever or whatever you need, kind of thing. So it's just easy to grab, vitamins, that kind of stuff. We also have a drop zone area that we keep our sunglasses, our sunscreen, maybe lanyards. We kind of hang our lanyards up, but just some of those fast grabs that we're always grabbing before we leave our stateroom. And those have been really nice. So they don't have to be super organized. They're literally a drop zone. They can just be a little pile of the stuff you need. And we usually kind of keep those kind of when you first walk in to the left of the stateroom, or to the right where the dresser is, or whatever, or however your stateroom is set up. But it's usually on top of the dressers or the shelves or something like that.
All right, and our last one here is comfort items. They go a long way. It's like bringing a little bit of home to your new home on sea. But one of those would be a sound machine. Now, there are different kinds that Disney prohibits. So there are kinds we brought before that worked well. We can link that below. But just small travel ones.
We also have a fan that nice little travel fan,
that was
battery
awesome.
Operated.
Yeah.
And it provides some kind of white noise kind of thing.
Yeah, and it was a really good size. We really loved that fan when you brought it on this last cruise. So that's a good one as well. Also, if you want to bring a certain night light or something like that, if you have kids, you want to have a little bit more light in there, that's a good one to bring.
Also, a USB hub. There's not a lot of outlets in the stateroom. I guess it really depends on how you're using outlets. For us, as we vlog, we are always charging everything. And so we have one that we'll link below. Also, if you bring a travel adapter, a European plug travel adapter, you can actually access one of the outlets that usually you wouldn't be able to as well. So And then one of the biggest things is to bring like poopery or something like that, because again, Stateroom is very cozy, and you're eating a lot of food on the ship, and sometimes,
Yeah.
we all know.
You want to keep your cabin smelling nice.
Yeah,
so.
that's it. That's all we have to talk about.
Bring that as well.
Anyways, guys, I think that is about it. There's obviously a lot of other little things and stuff, but we have like packing list and tips and tricks and all those different things on our channel, and we're constantly kind of updating that. I think this year we're going to be updating a lot of these videos that we've had in the last several years because things have changed. And like Lacey is changing, I am changing. She's doing laundry now
growing.
on
Look
vacation.
At us.
This is crazy. I'm bringing Mickey Mouse slippers. That's what we were talking about on cruises that are so unnecessary, but it's just what it is. So we are going to be taking a look at a lot of our videos that we have on our channel that are still relevant, but we may add a couple more things to it and kind of update them a little bit as well. So stay tuned for all of that, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. We're about to hit 20,000 subscribers on our channel, which is insane.
Very exciting.
It's so crazy. So maybe this video we can get there. I don't know. Maybe. It's up to you. Well, we love you guys so much. We thank you so much for all your support. And again, everything that we linked below are affiliate links. So that is a great way to support our channel. And guys, we're going to see you in the next one. And we're going to share where our next destination is going to be for our cruise.
Oh, those are always so fun to talk about.
And then this weekend, we're going to talk about where we're going to stay in Walt Disney World.
Yes, that too.
Very exciting.
Yes.
Cheers to that.
Yep.
All right, guys.
I love you.
Bye.